Hello, this is Sean Kelley, the Car Biz Coach and owner of Car Motivators. So making this video to give you a little backdrop on who I am, what my company is trying to accomplish, and what we're doing for dealerships across the country. So before I was lucky enough to lead a high-functioning team as a used car sales manager and then a general sales manager of one of the top Hyundai stores in Missouri, I was a special operations non-commissioned officer in the Army. I was deployed to Iraq where I spent 14 months in a combat environment. And I believed that leadership principles were the best thing for me to master and study, which would ultimately help me and my team survive the combat environment. Well, I brought a lot of those principles to the car business with me. And through a lot of studying and growth and messing up, I was able to create an amazing leadership and coaching process that I'm going to share with you today. And ultimately, after you watch this video, the goal is that we could decide if a phone call would make sense or not. So sales managers, leadership in the auto industry often feel like working with our team is like pushing a broken down trade-in up a hill. You know what I mean? We tell them to do something, we ask them to do something, they don't do it. We get frustrated. It's literally, it's like pushing a broke down car around. Okay. And then it's like Groundhog Day because, every month it's the same thing. We want to hit our goal and we always struggle to do it at the end, and we're giving away cars and then we're hiring salespeople to replace ones that left or quit or that we had to fire, and then we're retraining, and then we're recruiting, and then we're refiring, and then we're rehiring, and then we're retraining, and then we're recruiting, and it never stops. The cycle, and it never ends. It's just like Groundhog's Day. And how motivated are your employees? If you think about it, like, are they really engaged? Do they really care if the store as a whole meets its objective? Does the leadership know how to create superhuman motivation with each individual on your team? And then what kind of training are you doing now? Training is a best practice, and most dealerships are training, okay? But if you think about this, the training is often our managers telling our salespeople how I sold cars. Okay, well, this is how I sold cars. You need to do it my way. Well, guys, millennials are a different generation. You have Gen Xers, Gen Ys, Gen baby boomers, all selling cars on your showroom floor. And the manager's way of doing it probably isn't the way that each salesperson could succeed doing it. So telling them how they did it over and over and over isn't going to give you different results. People often say, I have training at my dealership. And then I ask them this. I say, okay, does the training help your top producers? Do you have 20 car guys that are becoming 30 and 40 and 50 car guys because of the training? Or have they plateaued off, right? And then there's also hiring an outside trainer. These guys probably looks a little bit like myself with the little suit and all that, but the outside trainers come in, they deliver a canned off the shelf, one size fits all training that's supposed to work for everyone at every dealership. Well, every single store is different, and the same training that works for one dealership isn't the same that's going to work for another. It's that simple. And what this kind of training lacks is follow-up, measurement, accountability, and support. So it doesn't impact the results. You don't get the return on your investment you're looking for, especially with NADA saying that there's 71% turnover across the auto industry as a whole. So what that means is for every dollar that you invest in your people, you're only getting 29 cents back. Okay, guys, and that's because the annual turnover problem. So investing in training there's an extensive cost involved. And when it comes to investing your manager's time in training, there's a reason they don't see value in it or don't do it, because they don't get the results they want. And then when someone leaves, they feel like they wasted their time. So let me tell you what Car Motivators training does differently and how we are different from all the other people development companies on the market. First and foremost, okay, our training is customized and tailored for your rooftop. We are going to we're going to learn about you, find out how your managers sell, find out what works best for you and your customer demographic. And we're going to tailor our training for you, for your rooftop, for each individual salesperson, okay? That's first and foremost. We're gonna align the managers and the salespeople together, because ultimately, if we don't involve the managers, then the salespeople bring it to the desk, and then the managers end up saying, that's not how we do it here, and the whole thing gets thrown out, right? So we're gonna involve the leadership team in all the customized people development we're gonna do, okay? Then we're gonna take your leadership team and we're gonna turn them into coaches, all right? We're gonna show your managers the very foundation of leadership success in 2018, and that is being a coach, okay? By coaching excellence into each member of our team, we can leverage their strengths and help them achieve the results the way that they can achieve the best results, versus trying to tell them how I did it and expecting them to do it the exact same way. All right. And finally, Car Motivators is going to focus on improving the overall culture of your dealership. Okay. There's 4 pillars that make a culture of a dealership healthy: clarity around expectations, alignment to the direction of the company, everyone understanding the value that each player brings to the team, and communication flowing freely. And when we focus on your culture, we can create a team of unstoppable champions. Imagine if every player at every layer in your organization, from all the way to the top to the frontline porters, were unstoppable champions, okay, that always got a first place medal. What would that mean for your dealership? All right. So what does all this mean for you? All right. Let me show you some of the results and the benefits you get out of this. First off, when people are highly engaged and there's a culture of a winning culture, everyone loves coming to work. They actually look forward to coming to work. It lowers absenteeism. It improves motivation levels and engagement. Managers, we're going to buy back time for you. I'm not naive. I don't expect to come in there on day one and all of a sudden all the managers are spending hours and hours every week coaching their salespeople. That's silly, okay? We've got to help you buy back time. We've got to help you own your day first. So we're going to come in, we're going to take time inventory. We're going to figure out how and when we can help you guys accomplish these new leadership tasks and stop doing things that are wasting your time and draining your energy, okay? Another thing too, I'm going to tell you right now, when you come to work knowing that you're going to exceed your goals, knowing that you're going to get it all done every day, knowing that your team has your back, okay? There's some peace and serenity to that. And I want you to really enjoy coming to work every day. So that's what we're going to help you achieve. And by the way, highly competent, unstoppable champions also tend to make more profit when they sell things. So that's another side benefit. In addition to that, when you have extremely competent employees that are driven and motivated to reach the next level and they want to grow with your company and everyone's aligned to the direction of the company, we're going to sell more cars. It's that simple. And then finally, guys, we all have blind spots. I don't care if you're the owner or a manager or a salesperson. You guys, it's hard to read the label from inside the bottle. And we all have these blind spots. And ultimately, Car Motivators can give you that third-party perspective to uncover the blind spots that can protect you from equal opportunity complaints, lawsuits from unhappy, disengaged employees, potentially losing some of your top producing employees. Some of your managers that may have been thinking about quitting will stick around because they see the progress and the growth. You guys, being able to shed light on those blind spots. We don't want you to change lanes at 90 miles an hour when there's a car in your blind spot on the interstate, okay? We're going to prevent that from happening for you. And by the way, to be a Car Motivators coach, you can't just be you can't just be a Joe Schmo off the street. You have to care about car guys and gals. You have to care about helping them achieve greater results and helping them reach their ideal vision of success, okay? And what I do is simple, okay? I've got an easy process. It's just like 1 + 1, all right? So next steps, first, we're going to do a discovery call. It's going to take 15 to 25 minutes. We're going to learn about your challenges and opportunities and personnel and what would help you succeed and what you're trying to accomplish. Then after that, if it makes sense to move forward with a site visit, we're going to come visit your dealership and we're going to spend the entire day there. We're going to talk to every layer in the organization. We're going to figure out what your team believes is going on and what we could add, what we could take away that would ultimately help you guys achieve greater success. Upon reviewing that summary, we'll be able to decide if working together in a long-term coaching project makes sense or not. I'll tell you this, guys, the dealers I'm working with are achieving insane results. They're really enjoying their careers again. We're turning around underperforming salespeople. We're taking top producing employees and getting them to a whole nother level. I look forward to learning more about you and your dealership and trying to uncover if working together makes sense. This is Sean Kelley, the Car Biz Coach, signing out.